Now, 7 Eyewitness Sports with Alex Northcut.
Now, when I reference the two words, the jungle, you can think of a lot of things. But to those in Savannah, Tennessee, that can only mean the hallowed gridiron of Hardin County High School. This is more to you guys really than a recreational activity. This is a competitive sport, and you guys have actually done very well on the national level. Our coverage of the playoffs continues tonight. Weather gets a little colder, the month of November gets a little longer, and tonight we've got a game in the second round of the Class 4A playoffs. Two teams very familiar with each other in Northside and South Gibson, region opponents, and a rematch in arguably what was one of the better games we saw in all of 2021. Well, guys, the days of professional baseball in the city of Jackson are unfortunately nearing its end. I'm here at the ballpark live tonight getting ready for the Gold Eyes game against the Kansas City Monarchs as we heard reports today that the Gold Eyes have been permitted to return to their home field in Canada, thus ending their time here at the ballpark in Jackson. We welcome you back to Football Friday Night, the show that is slowly turning into Marcos Santander's favorite television program. Am I right, Marcos?
I'd say definitely top 5.
Top 5?
Not up there, but a little bit up there.
Okay, wait. What do you still need more convincing for? Why is it not
highlights,
number 1?
More plays, more ankles broken.
Well, we've got
That's
those.
what I like. That's
we've
what
got
I'm
the roll the tape. He needs more highlights. Roll the tape. Let's go. Tonight we got a little special treat for you as I'm here at Southside High School with girls head basketball coach Brett McNeil. Before he ever stepped foot on a high school football field, Ty Simpson was already gaining national attention for his ability to throw a football. Now, after 3 years as the starting quarterback at Westview, Simpson has developed into one of the top prospects in the country, heavily recruited by countless Division I programs. Well, today in Martin, the Charger community gathered at the high school campus as their QB made his verbal commitment to the University of Alabama. Along with the Crimson Tide, Simpson's final choices were narrowed down to Clemson, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and UT Martin. During his time so far at Westview, Simpson has thrown for over 4,600 yards for 48 touchdowns, has been named an all-region member each of those 3 years, and was honored as an all-state selection for 2020. With so much to think about leading up to this special day, Simpson explained what led to this decision and why he's now saying, roll Tide. This is the final step before Chattanooga, one win, and you're playing for a state championship. As expected, several local programs find themselves competing in late November. And folks, I'm just going to be honest with you, completely honest. It's hard to put into words what we were able to witness this evening. We're going to start things off in McKenzie in the Class Single A semifinal, a game football fans had been wanting to see since the playoff bracket came out. The Rebels and the Golden Tide, they met in the playoffs previously. Everything you want in this game, a packed house, a helicopter bringing in the game ball. Let's see how it unfolded. In the first quarter of play, a big third down right here for the Rebels. Jackson Cassidy going to escape the pocket, and wide open downfield is Zach Aird able to keep the drive alive. And of course, you don't want to give this Rebels team too many opportunities. Next play, Cassidy, Marquez Taylor. We mentioned the two Mr. Football finalists in the game. Taylor, one of them, Khalid Ganaway on the other end for Peabody, and it's Taylor putting the Rebels up 7-0. Golden Tide, well, you know, they've been here plenty of times. They're 3-time defending state champs. Of course you know they're going to respond. Sam Driggers on the very next possession is going to find a slant route to Derek Key. Key's going to kick on the Jets. Gets in the end zone. We're tied 7 apiece. But we're not done. We're not done there. More from Driggers and Key. You've seen Peabody run the ball all year long. It's what they do. It's their bread and butter. How about Key going up and grabbing another touchdown catch? Driggers and the Peabody offense, just so dynamic. They go up 14-7. We're still in the first quarter, and McKenzie's not even close to being done. I had the privilege of speaking to Mr. Taylor early on in the week about this upcoming matchup with Ganaway. Let me just put it this way. Not to take away what Ganaway did tonight by any means, but Mr. Taylor, Marquez Taylor, came to play tonight. There's a touchdown reception in the first quarter. Punches in another rushing touchdown for his third at this moment to put McKenzie up 20-14. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a statement game from Mr. Taylor. 5 total touchdowns to his name in this game. It came down to a defensive stop. Let's throw that final score up there. Let's see who's going to Chattanooga. It's the Rebels, 36-30. Peabody's reign over McKenzie over tonight, and what a season in McKenzie. Once again, Pikes Peak will extend a welcome to Greg Blechon, a familiar competitor at the annual hill climb. The 36-year-old Blechon currently lives in Nashville, Tennessee, working as a mechanical engineer. However, his passion for automobiles developed at an early age growing up in France.
I mean, I had to kind of fix my stuff myself. At 14, the only way of transportation in France is the mopeds. So I had to keep my engine running, and I like to upgrade it.
Blechon's skills operating with car engines continued to grow over the years, leading him to opportunities at the Vanderbilt Medical Center and eventually his own business.
It was an amazing transition for me because I could stay busy doing what I loved.
However, his love for racing can be traced back to watching a former driver in action, Blechon's father.
My dad was a Group B co-pilot, and when he passed away, I was 10. I just had this book with me of a few photos of him doing the co-piloting, and I was just, in the background, kind of maybe dreaming about doing stuff like this.
A lot of people don't realize how much high school sports mean to kids like me, and also all the kids that I played with or played against.
USJ striker Will Puchek was more than ready to get back to work for the 2020 season. But in an instant, he saw the final chapter of his high school soccer career disappear.
I mean, I guess I kind of expected it in the back of my mind, but I was really just keeping my hopes up because this was really the last thing that I was holding on to for my senior year.
And for the All-State forward, it was going to be a senior year chasing the school's all-time goal-scoring record.
I don't know, that was a kind of big motivator for me too this year, because who wouldn't want to be in that position?
That position was 50 goals shy of West Tennessee soccer legend and former MLS player Andy Metcalf. It was definitely a difficult but doable task, and a conversation Puchek simply felt honored to be included in.
It's kind of cool to see that I was on that list with him, kind of close to him in goals, but it was just a good experience.
Puchek now turns his attention to the future, where he'll be competing at the Division I level at Wofford University.
I just feel very lucky and blessed this isn't the end of the road for me, and that I have something to look forward to, because it's something that I worked my whole life for, looking forward to kind of bettering myself as obviously a player, but also a person, and just kind of ready for taking the next step.
And as the picture starts to become clear, the former Bruin realizes he wouldn't be where he is today without those who influenced him early on.
Really, everything about USJ has been great to me, and I feel very lucky to have gone to school and played here.